Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Stefan Georgi here, and I want to share a really cool split test win that added $4.3 million in revenue in a single year, and it was literally just changing the copy, a few words on the checkout button or the button on a checkout page. And I was revisiting this one today as I was going through a couple of trainings, which I'll talk about a little bit later in this video. But it was such a crazy win. I remember it so clearly, and I presented about it back at a Copy Accelerator event. And I was like, man, this is such a badass test and something that I could do I should be doing this kind of thing way more often, including for some of the current funnels and things that I'm involved in. So let me just get right to the test, okay? So the headline I used at the time was like increases checkout conversions by 30%. I didn't even do the math like I should have. But let me kind of reveal what this looks like. So this was on a supplement funnel that I was at the time running with Cody Bramlett, who's an operator in the supplement space. And it was an offer that was doing quite well for Cody, and for myself, I was partnered with him at that time. And all we were doing was checking out the copy on the checkout button. So basically, the original call to action on the checkout button said, submit my order. And then we just tested a couple of different variants. We tested checkout, pay now, and complete my purchase. And that was it, right? And so, maybe you can think about for a second, which one do you think won? Submit, checkout, pay now, complete, purchase, right? So that's what we did. Now, we also, as you can see, we ran this test. Hopefully you're able to see this on my screen. Over 685 conversions. This was back in 2020, but this wouldn't change. This isn't something that really changes. Doing this test still makes sense today in 2024, okay? So 685 conversions on the checkout page. That's a lot of data to be able to tell what happened, right? So again, you had these options: submit, checkout, pay now, or complete purchase. There they are again, so you can see them visually. And here are the results. I'll try to make them bigger just in case, right? So the original page, which was submit, right, was converting at 28%. So this means not that the funnel was 20%, but then when someone got to the checkout page and they saw submit, they converted and submitted their order 28% of the time. When the button said checkout, though, 37.5% of the time they would convert. When it said pay now, 36% of the time they would convert. And when it said complete purchase, then 21% of the time they would convert, okay? And so you can sort of see what the observed changes. In this case, basically there was a 30% improvement over 198 sales, right? As we look at the split of traffic with the original and these ones, just by having the button say checkout. And so sometimes you hear people joke about changing the color of a checkout button or make fun of sort of on-page conversion and revenue optimization. But that's actually, it's pretty silly that they do that because there are big wins that can happen. And this is the power of copywriting. Like I remember a famous example, for me famous, is I did this where I changed the headline for a company selling dog harnesses, and they were doing about 1,000 front-end sales per day. And just changing that headline increased the conversions basically by 10%. So they went from doing 1,000 to 1,100 sales a day. That's 100 extra sales per day. And I think their average order value was maybe $80, let's say. So basically an extra, $8,000 a day in revenue, which leads to millions of dollars a year, right? And that was just changing a headline. And I've seen that time and time again. In this case, we just changed the button and had, checkout as the winner. Now, why did checkout win? I mean, I think the biggest guess would be people are just used to pressing checkout. It makes sense. It's verbiage that's native to our audience, to the consumer or the prospect. So it feels very natural. Versus submit is like, well, what am I submitting? I thought, am I buying? Am I submitting information? It's not as clear. And it seems little, but any little point of friction that you can eliminate will increase conversions and help you make more sales, right? That's a fundamental fact. But here's the other really cool thing to look at, right? Let me zoom out for a second so I can see the slide in total, right? Is the actual revenue boost as well, okay? So if you look at the average revenue per visitor, and I will zoom in here, okay, right? So from the original page, the average revenue per visitor, this is not average order value. This doesn't mean every person, these aren't all people who bought, but for on average, a person who hit the checkout page and saw submit was worth $34. okay? But on average, a person who hit the checkout page and saw checkout on the button was worth $46, okay? So you can see the additional revenue here, 33% more revenue. It's a difference of 14,793 and 24,000, right? And essentially it's a difference of, call it $12 a sale. I know it's not perfect, like 11.45 or whatever it is, but let's just say $12 a sale because I did the math on this earlier as well, okay? And also note, by the way, that even for these ones, like pay now and complete purchase, it was still more revenue. But that's actually really massive, okay? Because so say you're getting 1,000 people to your checkout page per day. Not buying, not even 1,000 buyers per day, right? But in this case of before, I think we had 37.5% of people were converting. So essentially, 1,000 people hit your checkout page, 375 people buy, let's say, right, with the new one versus before 290 people buy or 270 people, whatever it is, right? You're essentially getting an extra $12 per person who goes to your checkout page. So at 1,000 people going to your checkout page per day, as an example, that's an extra $12,000, right? If you do 12, I'm not a mathematician, but if you do 12,000 times 365 days in a year, it works out to over $4.3 million. I have the figure up, but I don't want to pull my Gmail and you see other stuff in it to see it. But it's, basically pretty darn good. In fact, give me 1 sec. Couldn't help myself, right? So 12,000 per day, 365 days in a year, $4,380,000. Okay, from changing the text in the call to action in a checkout button. That's pretty wild, right? Now, here's the really cool thing. What I just shared with you is just one of 9 really bad-ass split tests that I did in this presentation. And I'm not gonna put them on YouTube, but where I did put them was on freeadcopy.com, which is free. I'm not selling you anything here when I tell you about it. So let me show you about good old freeadcopy.com here. If you haven't ever seen it before, if I go incognito, let's do that real quick so you can see what it looks like when you aren't logged in. Okay, basically you go here, you create an ad for free, and it's basically an incredible SaaS, not basically, that writes copy for you. So you go to templates, you've got email, Facebook ads, YouTube, market research, you've got all these different types of ads. You can then basically actually pull all the inputs you would need from a website. So you go here, type in a website, right? Like, I mean, I can try doing it for myself, honestly. Not that my website's the most optimized, but let's just do that. And hopefully it doesn't, totally screw up as I'm showing you this live. Should work. But if not, I'll show you anyway what's saved, what it looks like in a moment here. But while that's happening, I'll come back to the ads in a moment. Actually, I guess I should wait to do this, so give me 1 second. Okay, cool. Yeah, so here you can see now, I'll zoom up a lot. Let me zoom in on this page. Right, target market, freelance copywriters. This is going from just my website, what it's pulling, right? It talks about me, and again, all I did was do the URL, and then I just sort of pulled all this stuff. Pretty cool. And what I can do, by the way, is I can then save that as Stefan Georgi website. Okay, save. So I'll show you why that's cool in a moment. Oops, actually, this is a good example of why it's cool, right? Oh no, I just hit back and I lost my form, except for I didn't, because I can go here. Yes, there's a sex chocolate. I don't even know what that is exactly. My website, boop, look at that, fill them back up, and then I can just go ahead and generate the ad. You can see this is over here. And by the way, I promise you this is going to the split test. I'm not trying to take you on a weird rabbit hole. I want to show you how you can get all 9 of these split tests, including the one I just showed you, how you can get the 8 other ones. But as you can see here, here it is. It's basically writing the copy for you. And this is based off one type of template called the state shifter ad. It's giving me a lot of different subject lines, which is actually pretty cool here. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Now I don't want to take forever on this, but here's what's really cool about free ad copy. Okay, when you sign up, it is, like I said, free. So you get 10 credits when you sign up, and then you get those 10 credits get refilled every month. No credit card, anything like that. You just sign up, you get it. And then if you refer people, you can get up to an additional 20 credits per month. So you could have 30 credits per month. And we're actually going to be doing something cool to change that and give you the opportunity to get more credits in a couple of weeks, but I'll have more about that later. But the point is, just by signing up, if you haven't done that, you just go to freeadcopy.com, start your ad or get started, sign up, and you'll get credits, right? Which you can then use on these incredible and super dope templates like the ones I shared. But what we just added is this learning component. Now, the learning component is exceptionally badass. I don't keep using badass, but I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm just pretty excited. Okay, what we did is we took a couple of my free trainings, including some that are on YouTube, these first 4, but then all of these ones below are from our Copy Accelerator Pro Mastermind, which is $30,000 a year paid in full, our Genesis Mastermind, which is $497 a month or $5,000 a year paid in full, and we don't even really promote Genesis right now. And essentially, these are 1.5 to 2 hour long, some cases 50-minute long trainings from myself, my business partners Luke and Mario, who are some of the best marketers and copywriters in the road, my former business partner Justin Goff, covering all kinds of really incredible topics, right? Everything from mechanisms, biggest headline mistakes to avoid. There's a 2-part copy checklist, which is really good for people who say, hey, how do I go from writing, I want to make my copy better, where should I start? It's like, literally, you should watch these 2 videos from Luke, because then you'll see how to avoid all the common mistakes that people make that stop their copy from being A level, okay? And then there's also stuff on conversion optimization, which includes these 9 cheeky split test winners. In fact, you can see the button thing. So if you click on it, right, in this case, I already grabbed it, but I can watch the whole video. It's got the summary, and you'll be able to see where I shared this one, but also where I shared a bunch of other split tests like ads, some things on controls, pricing tests, all kinds of really dope stuff. And how much do these cost? Well, for right now, for the next 14 days until February 4th, if you watch this video after, then it will have changed, 2 credits to unlock the training. Now, again, remember, you get 10 credits when you sign up. You get more credits for referring people, and then you get more credits renewed every single month. So basically, you can go right now and get 10 credits and watch that training, or this incredibly valuable AOV booster training that Justin Goff and I did together. You just basically hit unlock training. You'll have your credits in there, and bam, there you go. You can check that out. So we're doing this so that we want to give our content and training and make it available to people at all kinds of different tiers. So we're always going to have high level, high ticket things, but we also want a way to give our content to people for not essentially for free in many cases, or if you are binging all this content and the trainings. There's 29 videos currently on Learning. We just launched it yesterday, I guess. You're able to do that. And worst case, by the way, if you want to buy credits because you want to be generating more ads and you want to watch more of the trainings in here, it's actually pretty cheap, right? Basically, the cheapest plan is about $1 per credit, which means right now, as the time I'm making this video, it's like $2 to watch, trainings that people paid, $30,000 a year to have access to, or $3,000 for a ticket to a mastermind to have access to, or a live event to have access to for $2. Okay, so it's pretty wild regardless. So anyway, if you are down for that, all you do is go to freeadcopy.com, sign up. You'll have 10 credits over here right at the get-go. If you want to refer people, just go there, hit free credits. You'll get your link. You can go refer people. Every time they sign up, you get another credit, up to 30 total credits per month. And then get into the learning section and check out that video. But really, if you're trying to write good copy, this is it would be wild for you not to go check this all out, because offers, upsells, right? These are not just random trainings. These are things we only did for our mastermind members and people who are paying us a ton of money, and they've never been really available to the public before, besides these top 4 here. So it would be pretty wild for you not to take advantage of it. And again, even if for going back to those split test winners I just shared, you saw number 1, which was pretty incredible, right? That checkout button thing. But with free ad copy and going to the learning platform, again, you just go to learning right here, you would be able to see the other 8. And whether you're a copywriter, you do CMO work, you're a business owner, I can't imagine that would be extremely valuable. And if you are a copywriter, obviously tons of incredible, valuable things here. So really excited for you to check it out. That's it. Oh, by the way, of course, once you spend, the 2 credits for these videos, they're yours to keep forever. After February 4th, it goes up to 4 credits per, and then we might make the credits more expensive in the future. So kind of an urgency thing that you should go, test this out now. Check out the trainings, play with the templates, whatever it is. And if you watch this video after February 4th, sorry that it's for 8 credits or whatever it is. But still, frankly, when you go back to what these should be, which is, hundreds of dollars, and they're worth millions of dollars to some businesses, even if you end up watching some for free, buying some credits, you're still basically paying a couple of dollars per training, which is insane, right? So anyway, enjoy. Thank you for watching. And hopefully I will see a lot of you over at freeadcopy.com.